Dr. Akoto say, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejako, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? I'm sure they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was.
It's the record, but you can have the men. If you don't back it with a plan, if you don't back it, with pragmatic approach to the economy, right? And as a developing country, you think that the states can do everything, for a right of central government. And even in rich economies, they expect rich people or the richer, and it's in a US debate now, whether the rich people, the billionaires and others should contribute more. Every society expects, and that's why you have a tax structure that says that the more you earn, the more taxes you pay, right? It should apply to expenditure. That's why we are saying that, some of the policies are not targeted, because those who should be contributing, right? For example, towards their children's education and everything, we said that we want to pay, But by the way, as somebody pointed out when I was on a forum, it says, and after the budget, he said, who says that we're putting money in my pocket? It was a lady. He said, I'm not spending because of double track on extra classes. I have to, because of congestion in the school, I have to now give more money, to my children when they are going to school. And I have to even look after their health, buy, all kinds of things. So he says that I'm spending more now, than when I had to pay, directly for their schooling. So I think the truth is coming out, So you may have the men, and I know, and when I say I know some of the people whose names were made, I know them firsthand because many of them served with us in the PNDC era. So I know their capabilities.
You know their capabilities.
I know them personally. I just don't want to tell the circumstances and which, So I don't underrate, those people, and in government we never underrated some of those people, But you need a plan to succeed.
And you don't see
need
a
to be
plan
pragmatic. No, the results are showing. What is it that shows that the economic management is better than ours with 3 oil fields when you have exceeded my debt level with 1 oil field? What is it that shows that, you have to put things in an appendix in the pipeline which used to be above the line to prove that your deficit is better than mine? And when I add it, we see it. And as Honorable Forson, mentioned, thank God they've gone back to correct, the 5 billion offset that gave the impression that we left a huge deficit, because that is what is being paid through the factory now. They did an offset, and now they've corrected it. They've acknowledged finally that the deficit at the end of 2016, the deficit at the end of 2016 was 6.3. It was the 9.3 that we were talking about. They've acknowledged it. 3 percentage point. And so if with that 1 oil field under those circumstances and everything, I was able to do 6.3. And you are doing 5.3, even when you haven't added arrears and other things, go, and before you even go into an election year and cater for, and for heaven's sake, where is the record? Where is the record? So yes, I mean, it's this will be played and played and played. It is time to prove that capability.
This economic management team has to show that it is capable.
Yes, and as I said,
has not over the last 3 years.
Yeah, we are vigilant, because as I said a short while ago, we are vigilant. Now the public is also giving us the benefit of the doubt to defend our record. So when as was done recently, there's another tape you should have played it. Where comparisons were made, as I was said, with 2009 to show that the record was better. You go back to 2009. Why not to 2011, 2012, when growth was on an old basis 14%, and a new basis 11% with 1 oil field, right? So being selective, no, we're not going to be allowing the selectiveness to be to continue. No, You know, so yeah, they had a year of Ghanaians, and they had, you know, all the, you know, or as was recently put away, and then it was corrected again. And I hear the Minister for Information, I didn't listen. The Honorable Forson was saying that he was giving an explanation. You don't put in the president's speech, you know, old bases that we left 10.3 when we've done rebasing, right? And then you say, oh, you know, the context. What's the context? And then you bring in your 3.7, which is after two rebasing, right? The 10.3 was, took account of the first rebasing. Now we've had a second rebasing, and you have 3 oil fields and all that. So you miss all these factors, and then you just throw out. No. So the victims to the vigilance, you know, which we have now, we are pointing out. So what Ghanaians want now is how is the revenue, which is fourfold, being used since 2016. That should have been the subject, you know, of the budget. And I would have bet that if we were in power, we would have given, as we normally do, a detailed account. Today, you know, there's hardly anything, you know, on even that performance.